You're sitting in a dark theater. The music swells. The hero steps into the unknown. Suddenly, a chill runs down your spine, and the tiny hairs on your arm stand straight up. You call them goosebumps. You think it's just a weird body quirk. But the real answer is far stranger. Your body isn't just reacting to the movie. It's trying to make you bigger. It's trying to save your life using a biological toolkit that's millions of years old. To understand this, you have to forget being human for a moment. Imagine your ancient ancestor, a small, furry mammal scurrying through the undergrowth of the Mesozoic era. Life was a constant state of high alert. A shadow passes overhead. A predator's scent hits the wind. In that split second of terror, a reflex kicks in, controlled by the sympathetic nervous system, a tiny muscle at the base of every single hair follicle, called the erector pili muscle, contracts all at once. For a creature covered in thick fur, this action is a magic trick. It instantly traps a layer of insulating air against the skin to fight the cold. But more importantly, it makes the animal look physically larger. A puffed-up ball of fur is a much less appealing target for a predator than a sleek, small one. This is the biological get big bluff. It's a survival signal screaming, "I am bigger and more dangerous than you think." Now, fast forward a few million years. Your ancestors shed the thick fur coat for a nearly hairless body, built for endurance running on the African savanna. But the machinery never got the memo. The wiring is still there, hardwired into your brainstem. Neuroscientists like Jaak Panksepp, who pioneered the field of affective neuroscience, identified this as a core part of your ancient emotional operating system. The fear system, he called it. When that system detects a threat, it doesn't ask your logical brain for permission. It just fires the command. And so, when you feel a sudden chill of fear, your body still runs the old program. The erector pili muscles yank on your now tiny, useless hairs. You don't see a puffed-up monster in the mirror. You just see a field of tiny bumps on a mostly naked ape. The function is completely gone, but the reflex is stubbornly intact. You are watching a ghost of your own evolution play out on your skin. But here's where the story takes a counterintuitive turn. Why do you get goosebumps when you're not scared? Why does a soaring piece of music, a breathtaking view from a mountaintop, or a powerful memory of a lost loved one trigger the exact same physical response? This isn't a glitch, it's a hijacking. Psychologists call this aesthetic awe or frisson, a French word for a shiver of emotion. Your brain, it turns out, is terrible at telling the difference between a physical threat to your body and a cognitive shock to your mind. When you hear a sudden, unexpected chord change in a song, your brain's pattern recognition system, located in the superior temporal gyrus, fires an alert. It's a violation of expectation. For a split second, your ancient brain interprets this auditory surprise not as art, but as a potential danger signal. It's a sound that doesn't fit the pattern, and in the wild, that usually means a predator rustling in the leaves. The fear system takes a sharp intake of breath. The sympathetic nervous system floods your body with adrenaline, and the erector pili muscles fire. The same chill you'd get from a bear's growl, you now get from a perfect high note. This connection between sound and survival runs deeper than you think. Think about how a mother's lullaby soothes a crying infant. Now think about its opposite. A sudden, loud, dissonant noise triggers the acoustic startle reflex, a primitive, whole-body flinch designed to prepare you for a physical attack. A 2017 study by Matthew Sachs at the University of Southern California found that people who consistently get chills from music actually have a higher volume of neural connectivity between their auditory cortex and the brain's emotional processing centers. Their brains are physically wired to let sound hit the panic button. It's not just fear. Awe operates on the same principle. When you stand at the edge of the Grand Canyon, your brain is overwhelmed by a scale of vastness it cannot compute. This cognitive overload, this shattering of your mental frame of reference, is interpreted by your ancient brain as a destabilizing event. A destabilizing event is dangerous. And so, in the presence of something impossibly huge and beautiful, your body prepares for a fight it will never have. Your skin prickles not from a threat, but from the sheer force of the sublime. The most fascinating part of this whole story might be what it reveals about your social world. Piloerection isn't just a solo act, it's a social billboard. In chimpanzees, our closest living relatives, a sudden threat causes their hair to stand on end. This piloerection is a highly visible, involuntary signal to the rest of the troop. It communicates, "I am afraid, be alert." When one chimp puffs up, the fear cascades through the group. This is emotional contagion in its most raw, physical form. You are a descendant of that troop. When you sit in a packed stadium and the crowd roars, and you feel the hairs on your neck stand up, you are not just an individual experiencing a sound. You are a social primate, synchronizing your nervous system with the collective. The researcher Barbara Fredrickson has shown that micro moments of shared positivity create a biological resonance between people. But the same is true for awe and even fear. Your goosebumps are a silent, vestigial whisper to the people around you, a signal you can't control that says, "Something powerful is happening. Pay attention. Feel this with me." So the next time you feel that familiar prickle on your skin, don't dismiss it as a simple chill. You are experiencing a biological echo, a cold blast of wind, a sudden threat in a horror movie, a crescendo in your favorite symphony, or the electric silence of a crowd witnessing something profound. All of it travels down the same ancient pathway. It's your tiny, useless muscles pulling on your tiny, useless hairs, performing a ritual that once saved your ancestors from being eaten. Your body is still trying to puff up, to get big, to brace itself against a world of predators it no longer sees. It's a physical memory of fur, a reflex trapped in time, reminding you that you carry the past not just in your bones, but in every single inch of your skin.